Hello, my dear ladies. Hello, my dear gentlemen. My topic today is Princess Diana. My analysis. It's a sensitive topic. Diana has been dead for a long time, but her presence is still felt. She was an extraordinary personality, certainly due in part of her marriage to the heir to the English throne. I don't want to recount her biography. It's available online and almost everyone knows it. What immediately struck me about her were her eyes. She was born under the sign of Cancer, very feminine, womanly, peaceful, gentle, and sensitive. I sensed all of this in her eyes immediately. It all comes through in her childhood photos. As a child, she was cautious, almost timid, shy, and reserved. A very sensitive soul. She was simply lovely. As a teenager, she changed somewhat. She wanted to be revolutionary, like young people were at that time. Even when she wore a dashing hat and tried to be cool, her eyes remained the same. Kind, honest, shy, and believing in the good. Naive. She had realized by then that life wasn't as carefree as she had imagined it to be as a child. I haven't researched her family story. Everything is based solely on my feelings, on what I sense about her. The photos of her as a kindergarten teacher show, to me, the first signs of depression and dissatisfaction with her life. She couldn't cope with posing for the public. She loved children, you can tell. She has a genuinely normal sense of humor. But she was completely overwhelmed by the harshness of others. She felt trapped in everything. Of course, she was also vain. She wanted to be liked. The photo with the see-through skirt shows off her beautiful long legs. But from that time on, I sense a heavy, oppressive feeling in her, something dark on her soul. As a bride, she looked soft and enchanting, but also insecure and shy. She hoped everything would be wonderful. But I sense that she, or rather her soul, already knew back then that she was headed for disaster. She doesn't seem radiant and happy, even when she smiles demurely. I can't sense any happiness between Charles and her. It's like a structured, obligatory routine. She tried very hard to live up to this role, and she was certainly proud to have the heir to the throne as her husband. I think her self-esteem was severely damaged in her youth. She wanted to prove to everyone now that she was worth something. She was ideal for the royal family, young, unexperienced, and willing. She wanted to do everything perfectly. But she was surrounded by hardened egoists who wanted to change her. Because she was sensitive, she was broken. And her husband, Charles, wasn't on her side. I feel it was all just duty. And that was the end for Diana. She, who longed for genuine affection and love, lived in a cold world without understanding. Her depression returned. She had no one she could confide in. Her mother-in-law was the impeccable, perfect queen who almost never showed any emotion. Until her death, she knew only duty. But Diana was completely different. She was feeling, and that's what she didn't get. As the future queen, she had to submit and practically forget her feelings. She had to function and remain silent. She gave birth to her son, William. Everyone rejoiced. The monarchy was secure, an heir to the throne. But it was once again just fulfilling her duty. No one saw the person, Diana, the sensitive woman who needed all the love in the world, especially after giving birth. She was celebrated by everyone as a beautiful princess, as the good wife of the heir to the throne, but nothing more. She was denied the most important thing again, love. It was probably during this time that the great break with Charles occurred, when she learned of his relationship with Camilla. It must have been hell for her. Her husband loved another woman and didn't even deny it. She realized that he didn't love her, never had. The whole relationship was just a duty to the crown. I'm sure this triggered a catastrophe within her, filled with pain, anger, and depression. Completely understandable. It's quite typical that she turned to other partners as well. It wasn't her way to cheat. She never intended to, but it was justified revenge on Charles. She didn't know what else to do and made one foolish mistake after another. And this is just my opinion, but the second son, Harry, is not Charles' son. She had affairs, but always with the wrong man. And in all the photos with William and Harry, Diana appears relaxed, gentle, and sensitive, just as she was. She was completely isolated from the family. And I think she couldn't cope with it. No wonder who could. The unpleasant tensions with Charles grew ever stronger. The whole world knew about his love for Camilla. There was no room left for Diana. She received no support from the royal family. For someone as sensitive as Diana, this was the worst thing that could have happened to her. She had fulfilled everything and was abandoned. Only the public recognized what a good person she was. She was called the people's princess by all the media, and everyone loved her. Really? Personally, she had nothing. And so she threw herself into affairs with other men, something she didn't actually like at all. She was simply searching for love and recognition. Her sons were very important to her. William is the spitting image of her. Harry looks completely different. In almost all the photos, she looks at Harry with a touch of concern. He's also usually right by her side, with William standing some distance away. I think she was proud that Harry was solely hers, not Charles. At least that's what I sense. As a mother, she knew William was completely different. He was calm, intelligent, friendly, the perfect son who wouldn't cause any trouble. A mother senses that immediately. With Harry, she probably also felt somewhat guilty, and she knew he was problematic from the start. He was rebellious, ill-mannered, loud and cheeky. The press dubbed him a little joker, but this character was already typical. Personally, she had nothing. I believe the divorce was the final blow the royal family dealt her. After that, she was broken. She had always dreamed of a perfect world. She wanted a loving husband, a happy marriage, and wonderful children. Now she was completely alone. She had nothing left. Her tragic end suited her soul. She was at the end of her life. I'm sure it was her destiny. William is very similar to her, not only physically, but he too is very sensitive. Diana would be happy to see how lovingly he treats his children. Unfortunately, it's a completely different story with Harry. He's always been different. He's a torn soul, and he always chosen the wrong path in life. I'll spare you further details. Everyone knows better than me what he's like. I hope you found this interesting and wish you a good weekend. If you like my channel and enjoy my videos and shorts, Mookie and I would be very happy if you subscribe to our channel and give it a thumbs up. Thank you.